What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn, and I'm back with a new video. In this video, we got to talk about the latest episode, the season premiere, season 10 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. The episode started off with Karen. Kern was getting out of jail. And who would have thunk, like 10 seasons ago, when we started this show, who would have thought that we would ever see Karen do a bid? Like, who would have thought that? But in any case, that's the way season 10 opened, with our girl Kern getting out of jail, finishing up her bid. And by the way, you guys, I said this in my Bell Collective review. I tried to do a little leave out. I tried to do a braided leave out, and it did not work out for me today. Y'all see, I got this mix going on right now, this little master mix, because my braided leave out did not work out for me. And I blame y'all, because as long as I've been on this channel, coming on this camera, nobody has offered to send me a unit. Nobody has said, I'll send you a unit in exchange for advertising on your channel. Girl, I got you. Nobody has offered their services. And I'm over here struggling. So I just put a cap on it. So the episode opens up with Jizzy, Jizzy holding like a little service in honor of Karen going to jail, just seeing how everybody's feeling, because it's like 72 hours after their castmate has gone to jail. Ashley is there, Kiana is there, Kiana and Wendy are there. They look so cute and they're all black. Like, especially Kiana, I feel like she really made a moment when she walked in her all black. It looks so cute. They do a flashback to Stacy and the whole situation with TJ, and TJ revealing that she was paying him to be on the show, which I do believe. Stacy is scaring me. Like, to me, anytime somebody can hold on to a lie so tight, it's scary to me. I feel like people lie all the time, but most of the time people admit to their lies. Eventually they come clean, especially when they're caught. But someone who gets caught and still doesn't come clean scares me. So Stacy is scaring me. But they flash back to TJ telling her no matter what, he'll always be more dominant than her. It's so strange. It's so strange, especially being that they were not even in a sexual relationship. They were just friends, they were fellow actors, and she allegedly hired him to be her love interest on this show. And so throughout the first episode, that's one of the main things of the episode. Like, they're confronting Stacy, like, Stacy, you told us this was your man. He told us he don't want to touch you. But he put it under the guise of religion, because he was so Christian. He don't even want to touch her. He'd sleep with stuffed animals in his bed. But really what it was is that, like, Stacy, I don't think she ever got divorced. Like, it seemed like he agreed to come on the show and play her love interest as long as he was able to make it clear that he's not sleeping with her. Because I guess his own moral compass was like, I don't want to be seen sleeping with a married woman. But throughout this whole episode, we see the whole thing kind of breaking down. We see the whole thing breaking down with Stacy. Stacy has a conversation with the ladies at Gizelle's get together, where they're supposed to be talking about Karen. They end up talking about Stacy and TJ, and Stacy walks out. Like, they confront her, she walks out, and they actually get to spilling the real tea. And this reminds us who Ashley really is as a person. She has been the one to get stuff started since she came on the show, and she has her claws in Stacy, and she's like, I cannot be on a show with someone who lies like this. And to be honest with you guys, I don't blame her. The way Stacy is lying, in my opinion, the way Stacy is lying is scary to anyone around her, because it does mean that she could lie on them and convince people. Because she's an actress, she can basically convince people that she is telling the truth. She will take the lie to her grave. And those are the type of people you got to watch out for. Somebody who could take a lie to their grave, you got to watch out for them. So Stacy, I know she wanted to be on this show. They said she's been trying to be on the show for years. I think her husband just didn't want to do the show. Like, he's on there now, I think because she did the show. Maybe he got used to the idea of the show. But I think she's been married this whole time. She didn't get divorced. She's lying, telling details, saying that it's been a difficult divorce. She found out so much stuff he was hiding from her. Like, it's all lies. It's all lies. It's all lies. And so Stacy is a scary person. And so when they ask Stacy about the situation with TJ, she tells what I believe to be another lie. And she says TJ is actually remorseful for lying on her, and he wishes he could come on television and apologize. So at this point, the fourth wall is totally broken down. And I think this entire season ain't no fourth wall because of the situation with Stacy and TJ. Like, they are being honest and open about we're doing a show. And Stacy wanted so bad to be on the show that she lied to be on the show. Ashley and Gizelle said they went to the Black Women in Hollywood luncheon for the Essence put it on, I think. And they were saying that an actress, a prominent actress, told them she is best friends with TJ, and TJ is suing Stacy for breach of contract. Breach of contract. She agreed, and this is what makes me believe it. She agreed to pay TJ half of her salary if he would come on this show as her love interest. And so that leads me to believe she was desperate to be on this show. She was so desperate to be on this show that when her husband wouldn't agree to be on this show, she got her coworker, I guess he was her work husband, to play her husband on this show and agreed to pay him 50% of her salary. And that's why he was acting like he was acting, because he was acting a fool last season. Like, she took him to a social event. He did not want to socialize. He was like, why did you leave me? Like, he was not interested in getting to know her friends. Like, it was a real strange situation. And now we know why. I believe she never got divorced. And now her husband finally got on board with being on this show. So they actually have a scene. We actually get to meet Stacy's husband. And I thought he would be older. I knew she was married to, I want to say German. I'm not sure of his nationality, maybe German, Belgian, but I know he's European. And we get a moment where we see her have dinner with him. And she's like, let's just keep this between us. Like, they don't want to tell their daughter that they're allegedly, supposedly getting back together. And I'm just like, how serious could it be? If this man got money like that, you know what? I think I just answered my own question. I was about to say, how serious can it be? If this man got money like that, why do you have to be on the show? Why are you willing to sacrifice your marriage to be on the show and pretend to be dating another man? But I just realized what it is. It's fame. It's not about the money. And that's why she was willing to give TJ half of her salary. It's not the money she wants. It's the fame. Stacy wants fame. Stacy wants to be famous. QVC is not enough for her. QVC is not enough. She wants to be famous. In the next scene, we have Kiana do a scene with her mother. Her mother looks so good. I can hardly tell the difference. When she is in the room with her mom, I'm like, okay, who is who? Who's the mother? Who's the daughter? Like, her mom looks so good. And I feel like her mom had such good advice for her. Kiana reveals that she moved out of the house. I thought she said she bought that house with Greg, but in any case, she moved out. So I don't know what type of financial arrangement they made, but I was glad to hear she moved out from living with Greg, because I feel like Greg is another man to where he cannot accept all of Kiana. Kiana also wants to be famous. She's very successful with her spa and things like that, but she wants to be on the Real Housewives of Potomac. She wants to be a reality star, and he doesn't. And I can understand that. Him not wanting to be on reality TV is understandable to me. And y'all leave a comment. If y'all partner wanted to become a reality TV star, are y'all with it? Or are you not? Because I feel like some people, like, they just want to live a private life. So I do understand her fiance Greg's point of view, but I feel like they should just break up. Don't put your priorities to the wayside to be with this man. And this is another thing about Greg. I do understand him wanting his privacy. And also, it seemed like last season she was saying Greg just got a divorce like a year or two ago. Like, he hasn't been divorced that long. So him not wanting to get married so soon is also understandable to me, because he was just married. So I can understand someone wanting a couple years. I would say maybe 5 years of being unmarried before they get married again. It's just that Kiana, he needs to let her go, because he has his claws in Kiana, who compared to him is like a young girl, wants to get married, wants to have kids. And it's like, it's not a match. It's just not a match, because he's done all of the things that she wants to do. And it's almost like he's trying to convince her not to do them, like trying to convince her not to do reality TV, trying to convince her not to want marriage. And actually, if you listen to what she told her mother, she did tell her mother that her and Greg have reconciled, but they're not focusing on getting married. They're focusing on being happy. So you do see her compromising what she wants out of life. I can't remember if she said if she wants kids or not, but she definitely said she wants to get married. I don't feel like he gives her enough freedom to be who she is for her to sacrifice her desire to get married for him. I feel like if she wants to get married, she wants to be a wife, if she wants to experience that, I feel like she should move on. And a call to go to Jamaica, that's not enough. Like she said, they broke up. She moved into a condo. He lives in his home. And then he tried to get her back by inviting her to Jamaica. Girl, you can go to Jamaica by yourself. You can go to Jamaica with your girlfriends. Like a trip to Jamaica is not enough. It doesn't mean anything. And the issues they have, like they have really serious issues regarding their life choices, like marriage. That's a really serious issue. So it's not like he called you and was like, "Girl, you know what? I think I do want to get married. Like I was putting it off because I was just married, but I don't want to lose you." Which most men will say, "I don't want to lose you, and so I do want to marry you." It's not even that. He just said, "I want to take you to Jamaica," and she fell for it. So I'm not surprised to see her mother say that she doesn't like who her daughter was. When she was in a relationship with Greg, she didn't like who her daughter was. And I feel like it's because Greg requires Kiana to sacrifice part of herself. Like Kiana wants to get married, but she wants to keep her last name Stewart. Like she wants to keep her independence. And Greg is very traditional. He wants his next wife to have his last name, no hyphenates, no nothing. And you can just see the box. You can literally see him trying to squish her into this box. I don't think it's worth it. But I want to move on to Wendy and Eddie's relationship, which seems to be going well. They have a conversation with their kids and what their kids want to be when they grow up. And come to find out, despite all the private school, despite all the tuition, despite all the energy they've invested in their kids, one of their sons wants to be like a Chick-fil-A manager. He's like, Chick-fil-A is good. I know they must make money. And it's just like, girl. After all of that, your son really just wants to run a Chick-fil-A. Now, if he owns a Chick-fil-A, that's great. I'm sure they'll push him in that direction, like maybe major in business management, get a MBA. I'm sure they're going to push him in that direction. But I just think it's hilarious as much as Wendy, as much energy as you see her putting into her kids. I think it's hilarious that her son wants to manage a Chick-fil-A. And I also think it's great that Happy Eddie is really taking off. He was talking about all the states he's in, all the stores he's in. And Wendy says she looks up to him as far as him running a retail business. Because remember, Wendy had her candle line, and then she also had her restaurant that she was going to start with Peter. I know she's glad she didn't go into business with Peter. But in any case, she says she looks up to her husband because he is doing so well in business. And I think that's great for them. I think that's so great for them how she can be so successful. She has a PhD in everything. And her man is still like that one. He's still that dude. He really still that dude. And I love that for her. I love that for Wendy. So they do another scene with Ashley. Ashley has her claws in Stacy. So she got Stacy out dress shopping, but she really wants to talk to Stacy about TJ and how TJ is suing her for breach of contract. And so they have this scene in this dress shop where Ashley is telling her, like, look, girl, this very well-known actress showed me that TJ is suing you. He is suing you. And so Ashley blurts out the name. She tells her, look, this is the actress who showed us the record. She showed us the receipts of him suing you. And Stacy is still sticking to it. And so then we get to the scene where Ashley is having her first, last, second bloom ball. And I low key kind of love this for Ashley because I feel like as women, we have like our sweet 16 coming out birthday party. When we get married, we have like a wedding, that's a party. And this is not necessarily a divorce party, but it's just like, let's keep celebrating ourselves through every part of our lives. So I love this for Ashley. But at the ball, Wendy and Kiana kind of get into it. And I want to hear Kiana out. I really do. Girl, okay, if you watching, I want to hear you out. But you gotta like bring more receipts because what she was saying about Wendy being one way in private, but another way when they're with the group, it wasn't really hitting. Like she came over to Wendy and Gizelle talking, which I do think it might be an issue. Now that Wendy and Gizelle are cool, Wendy might be acting a little bit differently. She might be. So I believe Kiana, but I just need better receipts. But she was saying that there was some event that Kiana, her business was sponsoring the event. She spoke to Wendy about the event. Wendy was excited for her, but Wendy didn't tell her she was speaking at the event, which sometimes when you do that, like if someone sponsored the event and then you say, oh, I'm speaking at that event, they might take it like you're trying to one up them. So I could see Wendy not telling her that she's speaking at the event. You know what I mean? Wendy said she just hyped her up. And then she gave the example that even when Wendy was speaking, she didn't say hi to her while she was speaking, like she didn't give her a shout out. Now, me, I'm a very unserious person. So, me, even if I was speaking or giving a lecture or whatever, if I saw my friend in the audience, yes, I probably would wave to my friend. But Wendy is very serious. She didn't wave to Kiana, and Kiana took offense. That is not enough for me. Even though I feel like I feel like there might be a real issue there. That is not enough of an example for me for Kiana to say that Wendy is kind of like playing her. So I want to hear more from Kay. I want to hear what is going on between Kay and Wendy. I want to hear why she got back together with Greg. Girl, why? Because I really don't see that relationship going anywhere. But in any case, that was episode 1 of the season 10 premiere of Real Housewives of Potomac. I feel like the last episode is going to be Kern's return. Like, we're going to see Kern on the last episode. I think she is a part of the season 10 cast. And I can't wait to see it. But y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all thought about episode 1. And as always, thanks for watching. Now, if you made it this far to the end of the video, then I think you like my content. So make sure you subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Check out my playlist and my podcast, and I assure you, you will like more of my content.